Welcome back to QA Ops. Today we are dissecting a critical release engineering challenge: synchronizing deployment validation when your application code in the main branch has outpaced your test automation, or when your application image was built from master several days ago while the tests on the master branch have already changed, making them fail due to being out of sync. In big companies, out of sync tests are a huge roadblock. To keep releases safe without slowing down the team, we need to manage our test versions just as strictly as we manage our application code. Here are 4 architectural patterns to solve this. First, the immutable test artifact pattern. Treat your test suite as a compiled binary. When your CI system builds the application Docker image, it should simultaneously build a containerized version of your tests. Crucially, tag both images with the exact same build ID or commit SHA. During deployment, your pipeline pulls the test container that matches the application's specific tag. This guarantees that validation runs against the exact snapshot of tests designed for that build, regardless of subsequent changes to the main branch. Second, dynamic reference injection. For rapid iterations, hard-coding branch names in your Jenkins file or YAML configuration is inefficient. Instead, parameterize your pipeline to accept a test reference variable. While the default is main, this allows a release engineer to inject a specific feature branch name or a Git tag from the test repository at runtime. You deploy the application candidate, but dynamically check out the specific test code required to validate it. Third, decoupling via test feature flags. This is the industry standard for zero downtime deployment. New application code is merged to main, but wrapped in a feature flag effectively disabled. This allows your existing regression suite to pass as the new behavior is unreachable. You release the binary safely. Once the corresponding test automation is merged to main days later, you toggle the flag on. The same applies when tests on the master branch are already updated, but you need to test an older version of the application. You introduce a test feature flag, which prevents the execution of the new test or code block. This fully decouples the deployment schedule from test readiness. However, if not implemented carefully, it can lead to flag hell and increased maintenance complexity. Fourth, the lockstep release branch strategy. This is essential for architectures where tests reside in a separate repository. When you cut a release branch for the application, for example, release 2.0, you must simultaneously cut a matching release 2.0 branch in your test repository. Or, alternatively, tag the specific commit in the test repo that represents the golden state for that release. Your pipeline then targets these stable branches, ensuring that hotfixes applied to the application release can be validated against a stable test baseline. Finally, whether you use container tagging, dynamic injection, test flags, or synchronized release branches, the goal is traceability. Your test version must always be deterministic relative to your application version. Thanks for watching QA Ops. Build smart, test early, ship with confidence.